Hey, sports fans, sports cards collectors, investors, and whatever, everything in between. A little bit about myself when it comes to the sports cards. I have been collecting and been getting into the sports cards business since late 80s, early 90s, and especially in the 90s, but of course everyone was. Um, After that, I've been coming across stuff because I buy storage units that goes up for auctions. So I sometimes I find units with a lot of bigger, smaller and bigger and medium-sized collections. Um, a year ago, I sold the whole complete collection that I had here, that I because that was cards that I had found in storage units over 5, 6, 7 years, and it was thousands of cards that I sold to one guy that came by. Um, so slowly after that, I've been, because of the COVID-19, there haven't been much auctions for the last year and a half. So I haven't been able to go out and do what I normally do. I also run a store, an audio store, but that is not very active either. It's just everything is online right now, and I have to figure out how to do things in a better way. But so we've been doing some getting some new cards. Been buying some retail cards. I've been ordering some cards online, just because I really like the draft class that we had this year. It was very exciting, with all the wide receivers, the tight ends, some defensive players, and not to forget the quarterbacks that was in this class. I mean, I like that we had this kind of a class in the draft. I mean, how wrong can you go? You have Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Trask, Kellen Mond, and the list goes on and on and on. And then you have Kyle Pitts, and who went very high. I kind of figured he would go that high. And of course, you had other players as well. But let's talk about cards and how I see things and what I recommend you to do. If you are a beginner, and I'm not talking, this video is not for the intermediate or the pros when it comes to collecting. This is more for the beginners. And a beginner can be any age group. I mean, you can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, or you can be 25, 30, 40, or 50, 60. Everyone starts at some point. I have come across one Walmart in my area that is nicely stocked most of the time. Everyone else is have no stock. They're sold out. So, and they're not that far away from each other either, so it's kind of weird. But I found a couple that I really liked, and one that I can recommend to most people is the 2021 Prestige, and it's an NFL card, of course. It has, this box has 60 cards. This box is a hanger box, has 60 cards in it, and I like the cards that are in it. For some reason, can it be compared to some of the higher end cards or the higher dollar cards? No, but that's not what this video is about. This is a perfect start for any beginner or newcomer into the hobby. If you want to get into the hobby for a low price, well priced card, then the Prestige is up your alley. This is a hanger box with 60 cards in it, and I paid $15.98 at Walmart. That is a fantastic price point to start off with as a beginner. There are other out there too. Chronicles have some. There's some prisms out there that are cheap. So I mean, it all depends on your budget and what you can afford, of course. And if you're a kid who depends on your mom and dad to buy it to you or for you, or and if that's the case, then you kind of out of the luck, because you kind of have to just take what you get. But if you own your own money, I mean, if you make your own money and you are the one who's setting the budget on what you can buy, if you have a, a ceiling of, let's say, 50, $60 a month, go and get 3 or 4 of these, 5 of these. You know, it's a good way to start. Look up cards on eBay. If you want to buy some of the older box sets, you can find boxes, complete boxes, unopened. Damn, I'm yawning. You can find boxes on eBay from the 90s for like 15, 20, $25 for a box with 5, 6, 700 cards in them. Is it gonna be like, are you gonna find $1 million card in it or $100,000 card in them? No, you're not. But that's not the point. The point is to start up your hobby and get started collecting if that's what you want to do. Not everyone wants to be a flipper. Not everyone wants to be an investor. A lot of people just want to collect their favorite players, their favorite teams, their favorite sports. All depends on why. Not two people have the same reason for collecting and why they start. But they might end up agreeing on a player or a team or a region or a style or whatever. But everyone has... I'm yawning. Everyone has their own reason for why they start collecting. And I say, if you are a beginner, a rookie, start with the more down-to-earth stuff and build yourself up from there. There will always be fancy, expensive cards to go around. You'll always find them. You find them on eBay. Some stores have online stores. Some stores have Instagram pages, YouTube pages. So you can always find it. That's not a problem. But the thing is with this prestige one, there's some really cool inserts there and some parallels that are really cool. So to be a cheaper set, it has some really cool cards. And I went this weekend and I have 2 here now. These are all open, but I think I bought like 5 in total because that's what they had on because that Walmart store has a one limit per customer. So I had to go back and forth. And not to make it look too stupid, I only bought 5. I got some really cool cards out of it. And let's say $16 because it's $15.98, but let's say $16. I spent about $80 on five hangers, and I can probably say that I have quadrupled or 5 times my money easily in raw cards in value if I sell them compared to what I bought it for. Some of the cards will be graded. I got some Trevor Lawrence cards. I got some Trey Lance cards. Zach Wilson I got. And I got some other rookies. But I also got some really cool parallel inserts that are like some green. Let's see what you can get in here. You can get a drip. I haven't gotten any drip cards yet. But you can get rookie portraits and more. You can get... rookie portraits, the drip, green, some kind of like refractor thing, and silver, and extra point is in there. So there's some cool cards in there, and it's not just rookies and draft picks that are in there. There are regular players too, pro players. Here we go again. Oh, and I got a really cool what was the name of that card? It's over my desk here. It was a George Kittle insert, special edition insert card. It was really cool. I think I can sell that Kittle card for between $25 and $40 if I want to. Raw. It is really, really cool. So yeah, if you want to get in on the game, don't get looped into it because I'm going to make big money. I'm going to make some money on this. If you want to get started, I mean, justify it to yourself. Why am I doing this? Of course, if you want to get into this for flipping and investing, then maybe this is not the way for you to start. But I suggest that you don't start as a flipper or investor. Start as a collector, gain some cards, gain some knowledge about them, and keep learning before you start going out there. Because trust me, if you want to get in on this action as a flipper or investor, there are people out there who has been in this game for years and decades. And if you don't think this is a cutthroat business, think again. It is. They might seem nice and tend to your good side, but come on, it's money, and no one is nice to you when it comes to money. I've been in business for 30 years, 35 years. No, when it comes to money, no one is nice to you. No one is doing you a favor. They're always taking something into consideration that they're gonna get out of it on the back end. Nothing is that easy. So if you want to do it for being a investor or flipper, still start in the small. That's my best advice. Start small. Start with the more affordable cards, because once you start getting into this expensive stuff, there's so many pitfalls you can run into. So I just say, be careful. Be careful. But I absolutely recommend this, the 2021 Prestige super duper cards. So that's your best start for now. And Chronicles, I think they're good. And Draft Picks Prisms are good. And of course, if you want the older stuff, 90s, 80s, find boxes on eBay for, I've seen them as low as $15 for a box. And you can get them for like $15 to $50 a box. Good way to start things. Good way to start a collection. I hope this helped you. Please subscribe to our channel. We talk a lot about Manchester United, soccer, English Premier League, and we talk a lot about 49ers, because that's what those two teams I'm a huge fan of. And there will be some other stuff too. And I have some signed baseballs back here and stuff like that. I collect sports memorabilia. This is just a little portion. This is my recording corner. So that's someday in the future I'll probably show off my collection. But right now I'm not in a situation to do that. Because of COVID and how things have been for the last year and a half. I have packed up a lot of stuff and put stuff in storage for now. So until next time, take care, guys.